I'm a Batman fan. As a Batman fan, is the detective route the right way to go?
Yes, and it's about time we went this route, because this had been rumors for numerous other directors that they were going to take Batman in the detective route, and they never did. They went for the spectacle and the fighting with the Joker and all that kind of stuff, or Ra's al Ghul or Bane, but they never went with like the simple point of following a mystery, figuring it out. These comments are interesting comments because this idea of a rogues gallery, this idea of a mystery, of a detective. I think Matt Reeves is going to get his way. You got to make it stand out in some way from what we've seen before. And Hush now comes into my mind. The Long Halloween comes into my mind. Both are based on detective stories with multiple rogues gallery villains involved in them. So that's a possibility here. Plus, you get a little romance with Catwoman and Batman in Hush, so that could be factored into this situation as well to give him a little more character or storylines to pursue. Normally, I would be afraid of this idea of bringing in multiple villains, but for some stupid reason, I have a belief that Matt Reeves is going to get this thing right and do it well, because I enjoy that Planet of the Apes trilogy. I know he did two out of three of them, so I'm excited to see what he can do with this Batman thing. Dark, gritty, moving, taking advantage of the silences. That's what I want to see, and I like everything he had to say here.
Well, Haley Roca hit on a line in what Matt Reeves' interview with The Hollywood Reporter is that people are running with this, now we're getting multiple villains. Do you think that that's the right way to go for a new semi-rebooted Batman? Do you think you should just stick to one or multiple? I mean, the guy's a detective. He's on the trail of now, it looks like, multiple villains.
Yeah, I also had the same titles you mentioned, Hush and The Long Halloween sort of conjured to mind, and I love those stories, so I think that would be a nice change. I think most of us get a little wary when we hear multiple villains because that often doesn't work out so well, but it's a nice change because we have seen him fight the Joker, we have seen him fight Bane and all these same, single square-offs. I think Matt Reeves can pull it off, and I think it's an interesting, different angle that we haven't seen before. He's said the noir stuff before, so that's definitely seems to be like the major through line of whatever creative process this has been. And that's pretty exciting to me. I think that, that's just a perfect fit for Gotham City. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think it's a good fit for where they want to go with this entire DC universe, to be honest with you. Whatever you want to call it, if this Batman is going to somehow factor into what we've already seen with movies like Wonder Woman, movies like Aquaman, movies like Justice League, I just don't know. After hearing this news, Haley, do you think that it's a smart play to try to get this Batman somewhere into that timeline? Or do you think that you just start fresh and you take this in a totally new direction in a totally new universe?
Right now, I'm super into the self-contained movies. It's sort of like we were talking about the other day with the new monster movies, like just lean into a good idea and focus on that for a while. And I think that, we saw it with Aquaman, you can kind of have it both ways. He is a part of that bigger universe, but it was a very focused story, and it was, very much James Wan's film. So if it's going to be balanced like that, then sure, connect them. Why not? But just don't put that cart in front of that horse again.
Yeah, Roca, we know that a Batman movie is going to make money at the box office, particularly if you get the casting right. It could make $1 billion. Another movie that recently made $1 billion is Aquaman. So do you think that Warner Brothers is now itching to get back to connecting their movies so that other films can be tied to this incredible achievement in Aquaman? Maybe the same thing for Shazam, but it's a long time before we see this Batman. So which route are they going to go?
I think it would be such a mistake to do that at this point, because you're just barely building this goodwill back up, not just with the fans, but also with people who are not necessarily the hardcore DC fans who want to come and enjoy your movie. So do this. Make the illusion, the occasional, right? Steppenwolf was mentioned once. That's it in Aquaman. Already we've seen in Shazam allusions to Batman and Superman opening the the drawer in the book of the shelf of drawers. That is cool. That's enough. That's all you need to see. I think the same thing with this Batman. Wherever Matt Reeves, because we don't know where he's going to place this thing. Is it going to prequel? Is it a continuation of Ben Affleck's story? Is he an older, younger, middle-aged Batman? We don't know where he's putting it just yet. So if we go back in time, that he even has less impetus to connect it to the overall universe, and that would be good, because I think we need to fall back in love with Batman after this experiment of Zack Snyder's and Warner Brothers. As much as you may love Affleck's version of it, he took a lot of crap for it. So we want to fall back in love with the Christian Bale version, or even the Michael Keaton version. Those are the ones we want to fall back in love with, and such a great character. So I think you want to focus on that. Don't rush to connect them. Even Patty Jenkins said she does not want to rush out to connect this, to do a shared universe thing overtly at this point.